Have you ever wondered between front squat versus back squat, which one is actually the best for your leg day workout? One keeps your torso upright, lights up your quads, and improves your mobility, while the other lets you move heavier weight, build up your entire posterior chain, and develop the raw power that drives almost every strength training movement. But here's the confusing part. How can two exercises that both have squat in their name feel so different? From breathing to muscle tension to the burn you get afterward. Why do some lifters swear that front squat is king for quad growth, while others insist back squat builds real power for powerlifting and functional training? I used to be just as puzzled. After years of reading research papers, working with coaches, and training alongside Olympic lifters, I finally understood the real picture. It's not about which one is stronger, it's about which one fits your goals and your body. This video isn't a who wins comparison. It's about understanding how your body responds to each squat, the common mistakes that hold back your progress, and most importantly, how to use both movements to get stronger, look better, and stay injury-free. If your goal is to build leg strength, improve your performance in running or jumping, or simply master squat technique to protect your joints, stick around. By the end, you'll know exactly which movement, front squat or back squat, belongs in your training plan. Let's get started. Before we pick sides, let's get clear. The difference between the front squat and the back squat is much more than bar placement. Each changes the way your body moves, which muscles take the load, and even how the lift feels rep to rep. In a front squat, the bar rests across the front of your shoulders, sitting on your collarbones or front delts. That position forces you to stay upright, because if you lean too far forward, the bar simply rolls off. The result, far greater emphasis on your quadriceps, the muscles that extend the knee and create that explosive drive out of the hole. It also demands constant tension from your core and upper back to keep everything stable. That's why many coaches call the front squat a cornerstone of functional fitness. It builds strength, balance, and total body control all at once. The back squat, meanwhile, places the bar behind your shoulders, either high on the traps or lower across the rear delts. Because the weight sits farther back, you naturally lean forward more, shifting the effort toward your hips, glutes, and hamstrings, your posterior chain. That's what makes the back squat so dominant in powerlifting and strength training programs. It lets you lift heavier and build massive total body power. Put simply, the front squat builds strength in the front of your body, quads and core, while back squat builds the power in the back, hips, and lower back. That small difference completely changes how you grow, how you recover, and even how you move outside the gym. Both are true squats. They just live at opposite ends of the spectrum. Control and technique versus max output and load. And that tension is what fuels the endless debate around the world of lifting. When people talk front squat versus back squat, they often oversimplify. Front squat for quads, back squat for glutes. True, but incomplete. Each lift reflects a different philosophy of strength. Let's start with the front squat. You can't cheat it by leaning forward. With the bar in front, your torso stays vertical, forcing the quads to fire hard to extend the knees. An EMG study on Olympic lifters found that rectus femoris and vastus lateralis activation was significantly higher in front squats than back squats at the same load. So if your goal is quad development, this is one of the most efficient movements you can do. Another huge perk is core stability. Because the load sits in front, your abs, obliques, and erector spinae have to brace constantly to keep you upright, like a moving plank under heavy load. And since your torso stays straighter, spinal compression on the lower back is lower, making front squat a safer choice for lifters recovering from back pain or anyone focused on longevity in training. But there's a trade-off. Front squats demand excellent mobility through the wrists, elbows, and thoracic spine. Without it, the position can feel awkward or even painful until your flexibility catches up. Now the back squat, the classic king of leg day workouts. It develops the posterior chain strength, hips, glutes, hamstrings, allowing heavier loads and greater absolute strength. That's why every powerlifting routine centers around it. It also spikes anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, driving full body strength gains and muscle mass. The downside? The same forward lean that enables heavy lifting
can overload the lumbar spine if your form or core stability falters. Seen fairly, front squat is about control and precision, while back squat is about raw power and performance. One teaches body awareness, the other tests your limit. The smarter question isn't which is stronger, but which aligns with your goal. To really grasp the difference between front and back squats, we have to move beyond feeling and look at the science. A 2009 study shows that front squats produced roughly 20 to 25% greater quadriceps activation than back squats at equal intensity. Conversely, back squats activated the glutes and hamstrings more, perfectly matching what most lifters feel in practice. A 2009 paper by Gullett et al. Found that a more upright torso in front squats reduced hip moment forces, but increased knee moment. Higher knee stress, but less spinal load. In plain terms, if you struggle with lower back pain, front squats distribute the weight in a way that spares your spine. From a biomechanical standpoint, the front squat keeps the shoulder, hip, and knee axis nearly vertical. That alignment forces the erector spinae, rectus abdominis, and obliques to stabilize the spine dynamically, a type of anti-flexion training that builds a bulletproof core. By contrast, the back squat allows more forward lean, increasing torque at the hips and lower spine, ideal for building hip extension strength. But if that lean goes uncontrolled, the lumbar region can easily take too much strain. Another overlooked benefit, front squat improves mobility in the upper back and shoulders. Holding the bar in a clean grip position stretches the wrists, elbows, and lats while reinforcing thoracic extension, something few other lifts achieve. That's why Olympic lifters use it as a mandatory movement to maintain posture and flexibility. In short, science doesn't crown a winner. It defines different mechanical purposes. Front squat prioritizes posture, coordination, and stability. Back squat maximizes force output and total body loading. If you want to strengthen your legs safely, lean toward front squat. If you want to chase absolute power, back squat remains your go-to. Now that you understand how they work, the real-world question is, which should I focus on, and how do I program both for maximum progress without overtraining or injury? It depends on your goals, structure, and training history. If your focus is quad development, posture, and body control, go with the front squat. It's perfect for athletes who need quick, explosive power. Basketball players, sprinters, CrossFit competitors. If your goal is total body strength, maximum load, or serious muscle growth through the posterior chain, make the back squat your primary lift. For advanced lifters, the magic lies in programming, not choosing sides. Here's a simple 6-week rotation I've used with great results. Weeks 1 to 2, back squat main lift, 3 to 4 sets of 3 to 5 reps at 75 to 85% 1 RM. Finish with 2 lighter sets of front squats, 6 to 8 reps for technique and posture. Weeks 3 to 4, swap rolls. Front squat as main lift to refine form and core stability. Keep back squats light, 60 to 70% 1 RM, for 2 to 3 maintenance sets. Weeks 5 to 6, hybrid cycle, back squat heavy day on Monday, front squat technical day on Thursday to blend strength and mobility. For beginners, start with a goblet squat or zombie front squat to learn balance and torso alignment before moving to a barbell. And don't forget biomechanics. Taller lifters or those with longer torsos often feel better with back squats, while long-legged lifters may thrive on front squats. Know your structure first. Train smart, not just heavy. When you really step back, the smartest lifters don't take sides, they strategize. Each squat is a piece of the same puzzle. Combine them correctly, and you'll build not just strong legs, but a resilient, high-performing body. The front squat teaches discipline and precision, control over breath, elbow angle, hip opening, and upper back tension. The back squat, on the other hand, teaches you how to overcome weight. It builds grit. That moment you step back from the rack and feel the load on your shoulders, That's when you understand what strength truly means. Use both and the benefits multiply. Many elite athletes follow a dual squat system. Heavy back squats early in the week to fire the nervous system, then lighter front squats later to refine technique and aid recovery. So stop asking which is better. Start asking, how do I use both? Rotate them, build mobility, and fuel recovery. Within 2 months, you'll feel stronger, stand taller, and move with confidence.
After all the science, technique, and real-world insight, here's the truth. There's no single best squat for everyone, only the best squat for you. Front squat builds control, stability, and total body integration. Back squat gives you the thrill of conquest, raw power, and the ability to push beyond limits. Use both, and you'll gain something rare: balanced strength, full body symmetry, and long-term performance. The debate over front squat versus back squat will never end, but you don't need to argue. Let your results speak. If this video helped you understand squat mechanics better, drop a comment below. Tell me which one you're doing more right now and what you've learned from it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode in the Squat Science from Technique to Power series. Thanks for watching. Train smart, stay strong, and keep progressing. Your body deserves it.